Good evening all and welcome to another video on All How the Ale. It's Friday night, it's alcohol-free night, and which beer are we going for? It's this one. It is Bohemia Regent Renegat, and it is a 0.5% ABV, and it's described as a pale beer, and I can't read Czech, so I can't really tell you much about it. You've got some British ingredients, which are listed as water, barley malt and hops. It's pasteurised, served chilled, and that is about it. That is all I can tell you. But yeah, the rest of it is in Czech, and I do not read it. So yeah, there we go. It's got some pretty cool traditional kind of bottle artwork on the neck label. You've got the sort of the crest and whatnot, and then you've got the crest and I don't know what they are on the main bottle label there. Look, it's all pretty in gold and red and blue. It's quite nice. So yeah, non-alcoholic pale beer from Czech, or it's not Czechoslovakia. It's not been that for years. The Czech Republic. So yeah, let's get it out into a glass and see what we think of it. So this one was accrued, as most of my alcohol-free beer is, from the Wise Bartender. So we're going to pour into the alcohol-free beer club glass. The pour is pale, as promised. Not that pale though. See if we can encourage a bit of a head. Not massive, but we've got a bit. So we have a really nice colour on that actually. It's nice and golden. It's clear as a bell, and you've got an off-white head that is relatively tight and compact. That's your beer up close in a glass. You can say clear as crystal. You can see my mugshot through it. So it looks alright. Let's have a whiff. Oh, it smells malty. It's a sweet kind of yeasty malt, almost like a Weissen, that kind of thing. Malty, little bit of hop. It's quite a clean hop. There's something slightly fruity sitting behind it. Nothing tropical or anything like that, just a kind of sweet, like a berry note. But yeah, very much like a wheat beer, and yeah, it smells alright. It's not very strong on the aroma, but it smells nice. What it is, it looks good. It smells nice. What's it taste like? Cheers. Tastes a bit like Erdinger, alcohol free, but with a difference. There is that wheaty breadiness with just a twist of like a citrus type hop. Quite like that. And that kind of citrus edge lends a little bit of bitterness and cuts through that kind of warm, unctuous feeling of a wheat beer. That's nice. It does have a really nice body to it. Very similar to the Erdinger in that sense. Slightly heavier than medium. Super smooth in the mouth. Good carbonation. It's just enough to let you know it's there, really. And yeah, that's quite nice. Flavours are good. Like I say, typical of a wheat beer crossed with that citrus hop. And yeah, I like that. The finish has a little bit of bitterness. It's quite sweet. It's short-lived, I must admit. That's a shame, but you know, it's not atypical of the style. And that just little citrusy type edge on the back end is really nice. I'm quite pleasantly surprised with that one. So they've been around since 1379. This brewery apparently, and yeah, let's give them some points, shall we? So Bohemia Regent Renegat. Let's give it some points. But before I give it some points, we're going to tell you what the Untapped Scoreboard of Joy tells us. And it's had 124 check-ins with an average score of 2.63, which I think is a little bit low on both counts, if I'm honest. It's low on the numbers, and it's low on the score. So let's fill in my Scoreboard of Joy. So we've not got much left in the glass, but start with the looks. It's a nice colour. It's a beautiful golden colour. It's clear as a bell. It looks like a like a pale ale, really, in that sense. It's got enough depth of colour, and the head, whilst it was there, which, let's be honest, it's alcohol-free beer. You don't get them around for long, unless it's the alcohol-free Guinness, which seems to last an age. They don't last long, but it's all right. It works. It's a lovely colour, and the head's nice while it's there. Can I fault it? Only really on the head. You know, the head doesn't last forever. I do like a bit of a head on a beer. It just adds to the drinking experience. So I'm going to give it the 0.75 because otherwise I really like the colour and the appearance of the beer. The aromas are light, slightly sort of yeasty, a little bit of a berry note on the nose. The berry doesn't translate to the flavour though, but I like what there is. I just wish it was stronger. You know, it's all right. It's decent. It's not going to set the world on fire, and it's not going to have me writing home in my droves. You know, it's good. It's going to get the 0.5. The body is excellent. It's got plenty of oomph behind it. You know, a lot of the alcohol-free beers can be on the thin side. This one, though, is not. It's got a decent medium-heavy mouthfeel to it. So I like it a lot. You don't feel like you're missing out on the experience of drinking a full-fat beer with this one because it's brilliant. It's going to get the full point for the body. And the taste is really, really nice. Bit of wheat beer thing going on. Bit of citrus hop, a little bit of bitterness on there. Really nice. I like that a lot. I do. I'm going to give it a full point on the flavour front. And the finish. You get a little bit of bitterness on the finish, which is atypical of the wheat beer style. I know it's not necessarily a wheat beer, but it's got wheat beer things about it with a little bit of a citrus hop. And that's probably what's bringing that bitterness. It's short and sweet. It's all right. Again, much like the aroma, it's not going to set the world on fire. It could do with being longer, but that bitterness is really pleasant. I'm going to give it the 0.75. Which means we've got 1, 2, 3.5, 4 out of 5 on the Untapped scoreboard of joy from me. So yeah, told you. I thought it was a little bit low. And yeah, we can see why it's pretty decent. I like it. It's my first Czech beer that I can think of that I've had. And it's certainly not the last. Got another one of these in. Might just have to see what else they do. So there we go. Bohemia Regent Renegat. It's pretty decent. I'll try it again. If you haven't tried it, I definitely recommend you do. And like I say, you can get it from the Wise Bartender. It's about £2.30 a bottle, something like that. And yeah, so there we are. We're at the end of the video. It's a decent beer. Definitely give it a try. That has been the beer. I've been Nick. Those are the buttons. You know what to do with them by now. And I'll see you again for another video tomorrow. Bye.